What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I am back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the bottom of the map in the red color, playing as Matreiuss. His name is Loki. No, we did it wrong. We did it wrong. The world's gonna blow up now. Spawning in the bottom of the map in the red color, playing as Loki. His name is Matreiuss. His opponent today in the blue color, playing as Ra. His name is Kimo. What a time to be alive. I have no other words to say apart from that. Kimo versus Matreiuss, one of the best matchups out there in the current iteration of players playing Age of Mythology. And not only that, Matreiuss going back to his roots all the way back. Way back when Matreiuss was a Loki main. I'll have you know. He was a filthy Loki main before he decided to become a filthy Poseidon main. And now he's just a filthy random god main, it seems. He's playing all the gods at a high level. We'll see what he's going to come up with in this game. He's already ignoring all of my wonderful advice with Loki. Things like chop this wood down until you have 80 wood, such that you do not have to have a reduction in your gather time on resources. But, you know, he's Matreiuss. He's going to do what he's going to do. And I'm going to sit here and just say, Matreiuss, build your market in the corner, bud. It's been 20 years. We know where the market is supposed to go. And he's going to tell me that, you know, it really doesn't matter. And I just do it to spite you. And I'll say, well, it does matter. And stop spiting me, you meanie poo-head brain. Yes, that's exactly the type of conversations I have. Okay, Matreiuss retreating back home to chuck his house down. He has found a couple of pigs, which are going to help him out a little bit. Now, the question here actually comes down to what can Loki really do against Ra in this matchup? And the answer, I actually believe, is quite a lot. Though, when we watch any high-level Loki players, generally, the Loki players, they kind of miss the point a little bit about what Loki actually can do. Now, a lot of people are going to argue about what I'm going to say as not very true. But what I think, and where I'm coming from with this is, I don't think that you should be thinking about going for Seti here every single time against Ra, because there's a very, very simple counter to Matreiuss. And the fact that you spend 300 wood, 10 favor on an upgrade to make your units usable, because that is what you're doing. You are making your units usable, might just be a little bit of an overinvestment in this matchup. Beyond that, the idea of going Bragi here every single time is maybe not 100% what you should be doing either, as we are seeing Tar coming through for Kimo. So we'll see what Match is going to do, but I do think that there is a world here where Heimdall is actually correct in this matchup for the purposes of safeguard for your walls and undermine for the opponent's Migdol stronghold, and also the fake threat of being able to rush through your opponent so that they have to get a little bit scared, make a few axemen, because they have terrible scouting. Now, we are seeing a very, very early Pharaoh coming in for Kimo as well. He's going to be looking to Shifting Sands. Some Hersa cause a little bit of pain onto Matreiuss's villages here, as he does walk straight in here, spots the ox cart, but if he walks in past this house, he will take a lot of damage from the town center. The Hersa does come out here, and we will be seeing a little bit of a spar off here as Matreiuss, he's going to take this fight a little bit, but the priest coming in can heal this one back up. Kimo's going to see what he can do here. He's actually in a really weird position. I think he's going to go for a pretty hard classical fight in this game, as he is searching for something to do. Now, this is the problem with Ra against while doing the strat, as opposed to Set, who can cast vision on his opponent's town center and see everything. Right now, Kimo's going to be walking through here and not be able to find anything, though it's seemingly looking like Kimo has got an inkling that there might be some villagers over in this side, and he is indeed coming over here to snipe these villagers down. And he's found the food. There's 5 villagers over here. Now, you can actually try and fight this one off, which he is indeed going to be doing, taking these villagers as far forward as he possibly can, trying to shank down that priest there as the Hersa come over here to send these guys back. And Kimo's going to be a little bit upset about the position he's currently in, because he's going to have to Shifting Sands this back anyways. He keeps the priest alive, the pharaoh alive. The Hersa are going to be retreating back. We do see an attempted ghost building here from Kimo, which he does manage to get down, and then the other 2 Hersa will indeed be falling here. Nice play from Kimo to make that happen. End of the day, though, he just used Shifting Sands. Matreiuss lost to Hersa, and he's going to be completely fine with that. That's all in all, that's pretty good for the Loki player against Shifting Sands. Lots more difficult things have happened in the world against Loki players. So Matreiuss alive here. We'll see what he's going to want to do now. Now the real question is, do we go for the Mass Hersa, or do you actually go for a fast second Town Center and neglect to get Hall of Thanes? The other point is, maybe you don't need Hall of Thanes. You can still go Forcetti for the threat of Hall of Thanes Hersa, but maybe you don't need to go Hall of Thanes every single game either, just because you go Forcetti. Sometimes maybe the Troll, the Mithril Breastplate, and the Ulfsark is enough, and saving that 300 wood for, say, an earlier second Town Center, and pushing yourself to the Heroic Age through Njord, and basically having the threat of Hall of Thanes Hersa forcing out Axemen allows those Njord Jarls to be very, very potent. Lots of interesting things for the Loki players to think about, which I feel like they just don't think about because it's just been how Loki's been played for the entire lifespan of this game. Anyways, we do see the Wadjet coming back for Kimo. The Hersa here for Matreiuss, not actually going to spot that. There is a relic over here that could be picked up. The Ship of Fingernails is a decent relic. It is giving you 24 free food a minute, which is effectively like a third of a villager on food. So definitely worth grabbing, as Kimo's got himself his second Town Center. He's got himself his Zebra over here. He's throwing up his armory on this position. Still no barracks anywhere here either. Shadoof coming through. I'm sure Husbandry, Plow will be on their way very shortly as well. As we do see that relic has been picked up. The relic for Kimo getting grabbed here in this game was the Scarab Pendant. Now this relic, it says you get 100% bonus damage versus buildings. I'm not sure if that's 100% correct or not, but if it is, it's pretty bonkers. Anyways, there's the Town Center now coming down for Matreiuss, and you can see no Hall of Fames just yet. Very few units being produced, but he's still building units. And in all honesty, when Ra players go for this type of build, one Town Center, Njord, completely punishes this. But Matreiuss maybe just didn't spot the Town Center here and felt a little bit like he had to go for his own Town Center as a reaction. But you can still think about, instead of pumping all these units out, you can still think about going Heroic Age here instead of staying in the Classical Age. So we'll see what's going to happen here. Kimo's going to cast Rain, as he's got all his farms down. Kimo loves the gigantic amount of farms normally, but in this game it's looking like only 13, which is definitely a small amount for Kimo. And he's getting his gold over here. He's got a beautiful gold mine on this Town Center here. And this gold mine over here is also one that he might be able to grab here. So this is very, very good here from Matreiuss. I love this, but he could be even more aggressive. Come over here and wall this off here, and then come over here and then and you might be able to wall around this Town Center out of range of that watchtower potentially here, but maybe not. But he's going to try and just block the whole map off, prevent any sort of potential raids to come through. It's a lot of a gold sink for this part of the game, but he is going to be defending his best. Now, getting stone walls here can be very, very good as well for Matreiuss, so we'll see if that's going to be something he gets a little bit later, as Kimo just about to click up, and he does in fact go through Hathor, which means that Matreiuss is going to have to deal with Hathor. Staying in the Classical Age as Norse against Hathor can be very, very sad because, well, one, you're probably going to have to get watchtowers anyways, but defending this becomes very difficult. And we'll see what's going to happen now for Kimo. Oftentimes here we do just see the Ra player going straight to the Mythic Age. It was nerfed to 20% apparently from Hagrid. XOXO. So, Gossip Girl. So yes, that's the Scarab Pendant relic is only a 20% increase, which makes a lot more sense. Anyways, all the walls up now for Matreiuss just about. And we'll see how it's all going to go. We do have some side raiders here, just checking this gold mine out, making sure that nothing can pop up on this. And as this game progresses here, you have to question, was Forcetti even worth it in this position? I argue no. I argue Heimdall right now would be gigantic because it stops the initial Migdol. The spire on the Pharaoh is gigantic because obviously the Pharaoh is going to be the one putting this up. And guess what? You wait for this to get up to about 400 HP and then you cast Undermine, and there is no way for this Migdal Stronghold to get up, and you've wasted a little bit of time here and slowed your opponent down, as opposed to Forseti, which has effectively done nothing. And now Kimo is going to be moving in with his Wadjet, with his Patsukos, going to be looking for some sort of damage or with this rock. And the big problem for Matreiuss right now is going to be where to with his dwarves, because he's got no answer for a rock at this point. He does have his trolls here, but they're going to be able to get picked off. We do see the villagers moving in onto this position, shanking away. They do have themselves Skin of the Rhino. Nice path blocking there from Kimo to prevent the retreat away as the villagers come in. I don't even think one villager fell here. Maybe one villager did fall, but now the raiding cavalry are moving in onto this position. Kimo's rock just floating over here, just saying g'day. See what he can do as the cavalry are coming out here for Kimo. And Kimo's cavalry, the answer is going to be Ulfsark most of the time. But we don't have any Ulfsark here. The Ursa doing their best to fight on this position. Matreiuss hoping for a good myth unit spawn like a Valkyrie here. But he gets the troll. He gets the worst one. And in that moment, probably going to decide to pull back just a little bit. More villagers coming in onto this position here, taking this fight. Kimo is getting very, very far in front on this fight here, as well as we see the priest coming in to try and snipe down the troll here as it's getting taken down. And there's one Ursa falling, and now the rock moving in here. But these are speedy trolls. 4-speed troll versus 4-speed rock. Matreiuss making a good case for making a couple of trolls here to try and deal with the rock, but as the rock getting chased away, the Ursa is back here to deal with the Patsukos, and it's looking as if the troll will not be enough to take down the rock, and the Patsukos will get picked up, and now the raids will continue. Though we might see another troll get built by Matreiuss, we might not, who knows. A couple more units falling on this position. Kimo with a huge lead in score as he's now starting to build some Axemen and everything else, and Bragi coming through now for Matreiuss. I mean, even in this position, I'd still be like questioning Bragi over Njord against Ra, because Ra really struggles against those walking woods. He really struggles, though Matreiuss probably doesn't have anything to really hit with it. And then the Son of Osiris will come through, and then the walking woods will be sad. But so too will the flaming weapons be sad if you cast that one after Son of Osiris has been clicked. Just saying. It's all something to be aware of. And in that moment, Kimo is clicking up through Osiris hit. No surprises. There is a world where clicking up through Horus is completely viable in this matchup, especially in this situation for Kimo. And the idea being that you can go in with like full classical units, and there is next to nothing which the Norse player can do against that. Axeman, Spearman essentially baits out mass throwing Axeman, and that's it. There has to go mass throwing Axeman. You can kind of get some Jarl in there. You can kind of get some raiding cavalry in there, but it's going to be a tough fight there, because those spearmen will tank for days with all the Horus upgrades, and the axemen will be able to slash through buildings like they are paper with Axe of Vengeance, and it can be a very difficult time there, as we do see Kimo retreating back with his rock, deciding to do nothing more. Now, there is something very, very big you can do with a rock, even a low HP rock here, is you can leave this rock over on this position here, and then you can send your cavalry or your raiding force over here to jump over the wall and into your opponent's base. Them not knowing that they're being raided can be a very, very smart way to use that rock against someone who's walled up against you. So we'll see if that's something that Matreiuss is going to think about doing or not. Sorry, Kimo's going to think about doing or not. We see medium spearman, we see medium axeman coming through for Kimo. As over here we do see a little bit of a raid happening as the Ursa are going to be chasing those units around. Kimo pulling back into his town center here with his watchtowers. He doesn't have crenellations, but it's going to be enough here for Kimo to kind of say, yeah, you probably shouldn't be fighting me anymore. But Matreiuss still pushing in, doing his thing. There is the Mythic Age through for Kimo, 14 minutes into the game. We do see the mummy popping out here. Going to directly go after the battle boar, and does indeed take the battle boar down. But the relic being dropped, flaming weapons being cast for... Wait. Did he cast flame weapons? No, Son of Osiris being cast there. I clicked flame weapons for some reason. I thought I saw flame, but there were no flame on the weapons. Son of Osiris wandering over here doing its thing. As we do see these Ursa just hanging out over here, going to move in, take down the wooden wall, try and push through here. We do see a big Locust, though. I've seen Locust time and time again be very disappointing against dwarves. 2 dwarf picks and all these cavalry falling for it. That's a heroic age god power. I think you should be looking for units not named dwarves to cast that Locust on most of the time against Norse, but it didn't happen there, and Matreiuss gets away completely fine here. And in fact, it's looking like Matreiuss will be able to bring this game into the late game, which is interesting because Loki against Ra in the late game, it's completely winnable for Loki. He just has to cause as much chaos as he possibly can with side builds and Rampage. I hope he does not go through tier here, though he might feel like he needs the Fimbulwinter to keep the economy even here. And we'll see he's going through hell. Great. So getting Rampage temples all around the map and going for like random side builds with Fire Giants while trying to push forward with Fire Giant Baluster as well can be a really, really nice way to deal with the Ra. But you do have to set up. You have to get there. We do see the town center coming up for Matreiuss as well. So everyone getting up to their 3 town centers roughly at the same time. Kimo obviously still has a huge advantage in this game with his army, with his economy. He's got himself champion chariots. So he's got a big advantage where that's concerned. But Matreiuss, he's got no hill forts. So that does worry me just a little bit because no hill forts means no Huskar, which means the chariots do a lot more damage than they really should. And more importantly, no Jarl means you can't make those Jarl for, or not even just Jarl, but you can't make those Baluster when you hit the Mythic Age, which are really, really important in this matchup, I'd say. And Matreiuss pushing back. Kimo's hanging back here, trying to get himself up a couple more buildings on this location. And I think Kimo knows a little bit, like deep down, that if he can set up and he can get his trade route sorted, this game, he's probably in a better position as a late game player than Matreiuss is. Not necessarily just because it's Loki, but maybe because it's Loki here a little bit, and we just see a mountain giant spawn. But Kimo is going to be pretty happy about the position he's in. He doesn't need to force any issue anywhere. He just wants to try and make sure that the fight is on one location. There is the Mythic Age through for Matreiuss as the Nidhogg does get cast down on this position as the Son of Osiris coming back in. And look at how much damage this Son of Osiris is going to do to this Nidhogg. Ready, steady, shoot. Oh, no damage just yet. Son of Osiris getting beaten up here. Flaming weapons getting cast. The Fire Giant in the back. This Son of Osiris here. Oh, it might get picked off here. The rock is so close. Oh, Jesus, that's so close there to getting taken down. This Nidhogg is completely chewing through these champion chariots. The battle boards pushing in here as well, getting a lot of damage done. The Hersa trying to get their myth unit spawns, but Matreiuss actually too much population here, so he's not getting any myth unit spawns in this fight. Sitting at 18 favor, still spamming out those Fire Giants. I am sure and there we go with the Son of Osiris popping all the way back here, doing nicely. The Nidhogg retreating away as well. And as the fight finishes, normally in this position here, the Ursa starts spamming spawns of Battle Ball, of myth units, and we do see one Battle Ball coming through there. But the problem here for Matreiuss, no Baluster. How does he take down the Son of Osiris? Answer, he does not take down the Son of Osiris here without Baluster. It's the only unit that really can take him down. We are seeing the Nidhogg pushing in here, going to be kind of sacrificing himself. Kimo's at 150 or 160 population as well, as we see Son of Osiris trying to retreat back, getting a little bit confused about how he gets away from this. But he is doing his best to pull the Son of Osiris away and back into the town center. And we see the Nidhogg just about to fall, but not before a whole bunch more damage has been done onto those chariot archers. And then there, the Nidhogg does fall, and Kimo is getting himself Scalloped Axe, the Axeman upgrade, 10% extra Axeman damage, getting himself Medjais at 80 villages, 9 Camel Caravan. Matreiuss is at 8 Ox Caravans, so in terms of economy, Matreiuss is actually in front because he is Norse economy, and Norse economy does win out against the Egyptian economy. But his units are also more expensive, so there is that as well. And in the end, at the moment right now, Matreiuss has got nothing he can really do to hold on. As we do see that beautiful splash damage there onto the spearmen, taking them all down very quickly. We see the first Ballister finally going to be coming out, which will start being able to take down the Son of Osiris, though. Is it too little too late for these Ballister? Because there's no way to wall them in, and then the mercenary cavalry will come in, and we do see the Ballister now going straight after the Son of Osiris, doing a little bits of damage here onto this one. Look at that damage there, the hill fort hitting as well as the Son of Osiris getting pulled back, 130 HP remaining. The Ballister getting pulled in as well there as the Son of Osiris retreating. Another Ballister does come out. Matreiuss doing his best to hang on here. We still don't see any side builds coming through, which is a big disappointment, I reckon, because, well, Matreiuss could have chucked Temple up over here. One or two Mountain Giants attacking this town center while this is all going on. Could have been a very big deal, but not really what Matreiuss wanted to do. He's going to try and defend his best with these Fire Giant, and I imagine that as Kimo is getting all his upgrades, he's going to start putting down more monuments, and then the mummies are going to start coming out, and these Fire Giants are going to fall off quite a bit here. We do see the Ballister pushing forward as these Chariot Archers looking for some raids here. The Son of Osiris almost dealt with. So, I mean, in honesty, like, game's still pretty even at this point. If Matreiuss can finish off that Son of Osiris, get some more walls up for his Ballister, he's not going to actually lose this position too easily. He's just a little bit short on production facilities, which seems to be a pretty Norse-specific problem, because Norse players tend to be fighting all the time with their army and not building all the time. Matreiuss has got the wood in the bank to make the buildings, but he just cannot afford the time to do it. And at this point, he sees the army that Kimo's produced, and he's realizing Huskarl are 100% the answer for the time being. But these Chariot Archers have got their eyes set on this gold mine as Matreiuss is making his way over here. There is probably a time here for making 5 of these into Ulfsark to try and hold on. As we see some priests coming out, as for some reason Kimo getting priests instead of mummy. It's only at 30 favor, so there is that. And of course the ox cart, the weak Loki ox carts. Oh, he makes the Ulfsark. There you go. Nice. The weak Loki ox carts make me so sad. But the Chariot Archers do win this fight. The dwarves will be able to get away. That's effectively 6 villager kills there. Now we have Fire Giant Ballister, the Dream Comp, starting to bring itself into the fray. Against the Mercenary Cavalry, you do also need towers set up to pick off those Mercenary Cavalry, but it hasn't happened just yet. And there is this cheeky gold mine getting snagged here by Matreiuss. Very cheeky indeed. Son of Osiris, 15 HP. Son of Osiris, dead. Yes. 1 win for the Norse players out there. Whenever you hear that, oh, you feel good. But now the mummy are going to start popping in, and these Fire Giant are going to be very, very sad. But you have to remember the correct way to deal with mummies when they come in with Fire Giant is to accept that it is a 1-for-1 trade. The mummy wanders in, and you Fire Giant the mummy. Smack, smack. Thank you so much for the gifted sub, Focus the Beast. Appreciate you and all of your support. Now the Ballister still pushing back on this position. The Chariot Archers still looking for some gold mines. As we see a stray lumber camp coming up over here. Would like to still see some attempted side builds, some attempted chaos being caused here. But Matreiuss managing to hold for a little bit. Look how disgusting this is, though. It's 1 choke point, and he's walled it off 3 times, but it's just open here. He just really doesn't want to deal with it. It gets a Fenris Wolf spawn. It's a little bit of an unfortunate one. Sometimes you just can't help that, can you? As the hill fort falling as well. There's a point when your economy as Norse gets a little bit too big, and you do in fact need to transition into some Ulfsark villages. or turn some villages into Ulfsarks. And when you do that, the aim of that is either to make a really big push with it or to spam a whole bunch of buildings. And mostly those buildings will be towers most of the time, because you should have all of the facilities that you otherwise do have here. As we see the villagers moving forward for Matreiuss, as he really doesn't have the economy just yet to do anything. So you see these chariot archers searching for a gold mine, and they will actually spot this over here, and Matreiuss will have to make a break for this gold mine on that position there. As we see now the walls coming in for Kimo, as if Kimo gets set up on this position, it can be lights out, as towers, walls, catapult here can be very brutal to stop. We do see the burning pitch coming in, giving the +1 crush damage, which ends up being actually quite a bit of a help, because that is 6 crush damage per second times 3. It's quite a bit. But we just see the double Pharaoh coming in now, trying to help take out those fire giants, doing a lot of good stuff. Still, Matreiuss is kind of getting close to full pop, but he's just conceding ground here and not making any ground anywhere else. Not making any ground anywhere else, which is a surefire ticket to simply just losing. Oh, I'm telling a lie. He is going for it over here. We see the mercenary cavalry coming around, but the ballast are doing a whole bunch of damage. With the priest empowering, though, it can be a difficult one to actually stop this. And in the end of the day, these mercenary, they're able to take down those ballista very quick. Seven mercenary do actually kind of trade equally-ish for those 5 or 6 ballista. It's fairly close, maybe half the cost to deal with it all, but nice attempt there from Matreiuss. Matreiuss should have thrown up 5 or 6 walls here before doing that. Like complete Kimo these walls. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then ballista. And the dwarves make their way back over onto this gold mine. Nice one. Do we have all our upgrades? Pretty much. Pretty much. Oh, no wood upgrade there. Is a bit of a miss, but that's all good. Now Kimo's got himself ballista towers. Things start becoming very, very difficult here for the Norse to push through, but he does get a pretty nice fire giant spawn here to take down the mummy. One whack, dead, and dead. Nice play there as the fire giant's able to start pushing forward, taking these ballista down on this position. This was 100% a really, really good idea for Matreiuss earlier. Walls this up, ballista through here, as he's going to start throwing up watchtowers. There is crenellations, there is masons, no architects. So we'll see if Matreiuss is going to be able to make that happen again. His ballista in the back do not have draft horses, so they are slow at 2.4 speed. They are the slowest on par with the catapult. They are some of the slowest siege weapons in the game. So those draft horses help out a lot. But Matreiuss is going to be circling around here again. The Ulfsark throwing up this wall over here. A stray catapult over here as well. We'll be scouting this out. We see the longhouse getting taken down. Ballista towers coming up on the front as Matreiuss is conceding this ground here to go after this town center again. As the wall is up, throw up more walls. Kimo it. Be Kimo. Embodiment of Kimo. This is very, very tense right now because the town center of Matreiuss is going to fall so incredibly fast here to 3 catapults. And it is only masons, no architects for Matreiuss. So this town center falls way faster than Kimo's as the ballista are rolling in. The towers are completely set up for Matreiuss here, but it's going to be the population advantage will be here for Kimo first. As we are seeing these Ulfsarks attempting to repair this one back up, there is only 1 ballista tower remaining. sorry, not Ballista Tower, Catapult remaining as the Fire Giant is wandering in here to try and take the Catapult down. The Ballista going after this Town Center is going down incredibly fast. Kimo is not paying attention. The Watchtowers are all up as well. I would love to see a wall around the back wall, another wall in the front. Doesn't really matter. The Town Center will be going down here as it's looking like Matreiuss is able to make a little bit of ground in this game, taking out Kimo's fortified Town Center. The question is going to be, is that going to be enough? The Ulfsark retreating back over here to try and repair this one back up. Another Catapult rolling in. The towers are all set up. The Ballista will have to retreat back around to take these Ballista towers down. I would love to see some barracks here and some walls around to just completely allow the Ballista to sit here and take these Ballista towers down for free. Maybe not for free, but pretty well, as the repair rate of the Norse is very slow. Matreiuss is struggling for resources here. He's converted so many villagers into Ulfsark in this game. He's dropped from 80 villagers down to 40, so he's no longer able to support everything that he really needs to support here. Well, he's at 160 population, but he's just not able to hold on to this town center as it is looking like it might be falling. Meanwhile, we see the Watchtowers coming in onto this position here. The mercenary cavalry coming through as Matreiuss is making a very, very good case for these Ballista existing in this position. And we'll see if Matreiuss can take this town center first, or if this town center will indeed be falling here in this game, as somehow, some way, Matreiuss has managed to clutch this town center up. He needs to repair this one back up with all his might. We see draft horses coming through for Kimo as well, as he is desperately trying to hold on, but the Watchtowers have come in, and Kimo is in a very, very difficult position. He's got tons of resources, but the closest he can merc from is his hometown center. It's still going to be a ways away for Kimo, for Matreiuss to win this game. He's still got this town center. Oh, and he hasn't repaired it back up. So this catapult here might be able to make its way in. Oh no, it's going to get taken down by Ballista. Nice defense here. Good job by Matreiuss here, as he is still trying to get these towers up. Would love to see some walls around here again. And we'll see how it's going to go. This Frost Giant trying to do everything he can. Might be worth it to think about getting some Mountain Giant to push through these Ballista tower here as well. But the Ballista is now out for Matreiuss. He's going to have to wall this up, because these Ballista get taken down so easily by this, that, and the other thing. But honestly, at this point, Kimo is a 100% economy right now. 78. He's got 8, let's just say he's got 80 villagers, 40 camel caravans. That leaves 20 population for military, which is 4 catapult. 4 catapult. That's it. Matreiuss just needs to hold here, but he's short on resources. He is out of resources. We see these chariot archers trying to get some raids in here, but they really shouldn't get all too much. And honestly, this is the big problem with the Loki late game as opposed to Odin late game or Thor late game, and essentially just not having Skadi. You don't have Winter Harvest, so that food economy is sad. But the Ballista now pushing through these Ballista towers, the town center here, with all of the villagers getting this back up. And Matreiuss knows that this is everything here for him to keep it down, but he's not able to keep it down, as essentially Kimo can just throw as much of his villagers onto this as he possibly can and get it up, and he does manage to get his town center back up. Even with these towers up, Matreiuss not able to keep it down. Secrets of the Titans coming through for Kimo as well. Very, very difficult for a Norse player to get his own Titan out. It is possible. The idea is you need to be up at 80 villagers, you get Secrets of the Titans, you convert 30 Ulfsark, and then you build it that way, such that you are above the population cap and you're just causing chaos everywhere while yours is coming out. It's the only way for a non-Ragnarok Norse to get a Titan out. And I don't think that Matreiuss is going to be able to get his villager count up high enough and click Titan Age up in time to get his out to deal with the Kimo Titan. So the only other way to deal with this is to cause more problems for Kimo than Kimo causes for Matreiuss with his Titan. We'll see if he's going to be able to do that. I'm not sure if that is the case. We do see some raiding cavalry getting produced over here, sniping some villagers. I don't fully think that Matreiuss realizes how much economy Kimo really has and how little that raid is doing, but sometimes you just want to cause some chaos. Sometimes. And then the Pharaoh gets taken out there as well as a Migdol Stronghold trying to push through the town center here, trying to get repaired back up as this Pharaoh, there's two Pharaohs consistently coming through here as well, because we do have New Kingdom being researched, that Osiris technology, unique Osiris technology, allowing you to get a second Pharaoh. So you do see that Titan Gate coming down on this position here. That's going to be a very, very big help for Kimo to push forward. The town center there for Matreiuss falls. He's going to be fighting against a Titan and possibly 4 town centers of the Ra. And in that moment, Matreiuss does decide to tap out. GG. Well played by Kimo, but Matreiuss, honestly, he made a really good case here for Loki being able to take the Ra into the late game. Couple of things going a little bit differently in this game, and I feel like Matreiuss could have made something happen, making this town center go down, somehow pushing back through these towers, not losing this town center, maybe getting his villager count back up as that town center got taken down after he converted all of the villagers, such that his food would be high enough to keep spamming units. Could have been able to keep him alive in this game and potentially be okay here. But in the end of the day, Kimo's late game Ra is still a huge mammoth of a mountain to climb. And Matreiuss fought valiantly, but was not able to take this game. If you guys enjoyed this game, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you guys are on the YouTubes, hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys in the next game.